At what age did you start using your computer?
I think around the same time, 2005, 6, that was roughly 6 or 7 years old. I was 6 or 7 years old.
What else are important traits for someone to be a stupid?
Have mad belief in yourself. Always be happy that someone is proving you wrong. I'm not saying that if you just believe in yourself, you will succeed. That is one of the most idiotic things anyone can say. You will still fail. I think the most common factor across all my ventures is that I've always had the ability to build a brand. I've always understood how to shape that feeling.
What is branding? What is positioning?
So brand is basically the feeling that you want your customers to understand. And branding is the...
Welcome Shashank SN. Welcome to Path to Curious Builders. Path to Curious Builders is tracing the journey of curious builders. How did they arrive there? What is their thought process and stuff? I think your Stupidpreneur is very much aligned with the Path to Curious Builders. I think anyone who takes a curious builders becomes Stupidpreneurs.
Yeah.
Very happy to have you here and to learn and pass on your thoughts and mindset to the audience.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Anyone who lacks clarity, I would strongly recommend them visiting Shashank.
Yeah, therapy session starts at 1999.
Okay. Why did you become a marketer?
Okay. I think it was one of the only things that I actually understood how to do.
Okay.
So, apart from cricket, the only thing that I understood how to do was, be a marketer. I think growing up around my parents with a deep and rich business background, I've understood that marketing is the only thing that scales a business, and inherently that has been embedded in my DNA. So that was obviously the only choice after becoming a designer. So
You started as a designer.
yeah, started as a graphic designer.
What age did you dabble with design?
I think so. Both my parents own a printing press. Okay, so since when I was a little kid, I had some sort of interest in either design or paint or ink or whatever it may be, and I think I've understood the basics of CorelDRAW very young in my childhood, but I haven't I didn't touch it for a very long time. And when I came to college in 2016, second half of 2016, I found out YouTube and saw that, okay, hey, I can start doing designs. And it was something that just started for fun. And later on, it became a career. It became my escape mechanism from a lot of things.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
You said CorelDRAW.
Yeah.
What do you do with it?
So CorelDRAW is basically the staple software that you use in any print industry. So
Okay.
if you want to design anything related to print, CorelDRAW is the software to go. At least back in those days.
Okay.
Back in those days in India, Adobe was not such a big player, because this is when 2003, 4 or 5 maybe maximum. So Adobe was not such a big player, at least in the part of town where I was from. And later on, at that point of time, CorelDRAW was the staple software to do any sort of design, draw logos or do anything related to print. Anything you wanted to design, CorelDRAW was the only software. It is basically an Illustrator equivalent, Adobe Illustrator equivalent.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And at what age did you start using your computer?
I think around the same time, 2005, 6, that was roughly 6 or 7 years old. I was 6 or 7 years old. I think I understood the basics of how to use a computer, but not very much further than that. And even in my schools as well, I studied in a CBSE school. So, not a very great school, but probably the best school in my hometown. And I had access to a computer. They tried so hard to teach me Visual Basic, which I ended up did not learning. So I think I've had access to computers for a very long time, but I never really understood what a computer can do or cannot do. So
Okay, okay. You are founder of Stupidpreneur. Why did you insist on the word stupid?
okay. So I wouldn't say that I'm founder of the Stupidpreneur or the Stupidpreneur company.
Okay.
My company's name is the Stupidpreneur company, but I'm just proud to adapt that from a few greats that have already lived here and a few greats that are already doing the same things. And the reason for stupid is that, so if you take history, any great invention or any great idea was once termed stupid. Going to Mars was a stupid idea. The iPhone was once a stupid idea. Telling the world that the Earth is round was a stupid idea. So any great idea that changed the world was once deemed stupid, and I think it inherently goes with the saying that entrepreneurs are the most stupid of all. And so in my dictionary, stupidity or stupid is a compliment. If someone is deeming your idea stupid or idiotic, that means that you're doing something right and that might change the world, because not everyone will understand what you're doing, right? You can't expect everyone to understand what you're doing unless there's a proven market. If you go with data saying that, okay, here are the things that have worked in the market, I am doing this with a small pivot, people will be like, okay, this is doing really good, you can move forward with it. But when you go up with a crazy idea, people are like, how will this work? So the entrepreneurs are the ones who take the most risks, and inherently stupidity and entrepreneurship became stupidpreneur. And for me, the biggest stupidpreneur on the planet is not from a real life, it is from a movie character. I don't know if you watch Star Wars. So Star Wars is a very famous movie series, and there is this character called Han Solo. The scene setting is very simple, where they are all going on a flight or a spaceship, and it's about to crash. There is a robot that says that, okay, the flight is about to crash, we have to abandon ship, do all those sort of things. He is doing all mathematical calculations. So Han Solo is one of the 2 or 3 main characters of the story. So he has this one iconic line: "Never tell me the odds." And never tell me the odds, and he successfully lands the ship as well, without destroying or without killing anyone. So I think that is where I got the inspiration from, or the idea from. That is kind of been my driving philosophy or principle: never tell me the odds.
Interesting. So basically, believing in something before the market belief. Lot of what do you call it? Little bit of obsession.
Yes.
What else are important traits for someone to be a stupidpreneur?
Have mad belief in yourself.
Mad
belief in yourself.
Okay.
And always be happy that someone is proving you wrong.
Always
be
happy that someone is proving you wrong. Why is it?
If you don't unlearn, then you're just stuck in your old ways. You are like the same boomers who've been in the planet for a very long time, and they refuse to give up their ways, right? If you don't let people correct you, if you don't let other great minds to give you wisdom, then what is the point of doing anything? Right? So make sure that you're always happy when someone proves me wrong. So because I say this to my friends or anyone I meet all the time, so if you find me changing my opinion in the same day, it is not that I'm weak, it is that someone has put a better idea in my head. So and I constantly change my opinions on a lot of things. So I would say this is the two of the most important things. So one is that mad belief in yourself, and never be afraid to prove wrong.
Okay. Now someone is willing to update their reality based on people's inputs. Okay. But if they don't have belief in themselves, what will they miss?
You'll probably fail. And see, I'm not saying that if you just believe in yourself, you'll succeed.
Okay.
That is one of the most idiotic things anyone can say. You will still fail, but you'll have the conviction to get up again and try if you believe in yourself. I'm a mad believer in myself. I have this massive, you can call it hero complex or a chip on my shoulder, saying that no matter what, I will survive. I can survive even zombie apocalypse. That is the mad amount of belief that I have in myself.
Okay.
I will somehow find a way to survive a zombie apocalypse. I'll probably be the last 1,000 people on the planet to be humans and then become a zombie.
Okay.
If it comes to that setting, okay. So that level of conviction, I am not saying that I can survive a zombie apocalypse, but if there comes to be a second phase in life after the apocalypse, I'll make sure that I'm there.
Okay.
So you will fail, but when you believe in yourself, you will have the ability to come back again.
Are you aware of any people who have some crazy ideas, but they are not able to implement it because they lack belief in themselves?
Yes. I know a lot of them.
Okay.
A lot of them. At least 3 out of 10 people I meet on a regular basis fall under this category. See, most of I wouldn't say that is a bad thing. Most of them don't have the luxury to take the risk.
They don't have the
luxury to take the risk. Yeah, I'm one privileged fucker. Okay, I come from a very privileged background. At least right now, my parents are not rich, but they are good enough to take care of themselves. If I go and ask them, they're good enough to take care of me. At least they're in that good of level, because my parents have been running a company for 35 years. So even though it is not a global massive conglomerate, it is good enough to feed my family and at least my children. So I am sorted for life. I don't even have to work. But not everyone has this luxury. Not every parent wishes that they could go to say to their kid, saying that, okay, do whatever you want, take whatever risks that you want, no matter what, I'll be here. Every parent wants to say that, but not every parent has the luxury to say it to their kid, right? So most of the time it falls upon the kid himself to, you know, make that luxury for himself. Either they have to go to job for a couple of years to make sure that they have a significant bank balance before they do anything meaningful, or it can be anything. They could borrow money, they can raise funds, it can be anything, right? So lot of the times it comes down to it boils down to how they were brought up and what privileges they had.
Interesting.
If anyone comes out and says that I am successful but I did not have any privilege, it means that they're lying.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be just money. It doesn't have to be just money, right? So when someone comes out and says that I am successful but I did not have any privileges in my life, it means that they are lying. Everyone has an X factor, everyone has a privilege. Sometimes it is money.
Sometimes it's money.
Yeah.
Okay. Even a stable family support system itself is a
Exactly. That is one of the biggest X factor anyone could ask for. Having sane parents is something that anyone could wish for. I think my parents believe in me more than I believe in myself. So I think that is one of the best things that has happened to me. So
I think being repeatedly told that you can do whatever you want, but you can do only one thing, or stuff like that. That clarity is okay. Now I want to, because I use the word clarity, I want to come back to clarity. I think you have given me clarity multiple times. I think anyone have discussed with about you, it is always about clarity. What is clarity?
Now I don't have clarity. I mean, to put it simply, I don't know the book's definition.
Okay.
But it is simply to be aware of what you want to do. I think that is clarity.
Oh, aware of what you want.
What you want, or what you want to do.
What you want and what you are willing to give up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just being aware of what will happen if this thing pursues or moves forward. I think that is clarity.
Why is this hard for a founder running a business? I think anyone, when you are in a job, you have some amount of cushion, so you can easily gain clarity. When someone runs a company, they are managing so much of things, and founders often get into the whole clarity related problems. Share me your comments, your thesis about the whole thing.
Okay. See, I don't think every founder has clarity.
Okay.
I don't think every founder has clarity. Even the companies that are successful, most of the time the founders are in confusion.
Okay.
Just because a company is making revenue doesn't mean that the founder has clarity. I'm not giving up any names. I'm not pinpointing anyone, but that is the reality. That is the truth. Because once you have clarity, you're not bound by your own beliefs. You will want to do a lot more things. You will want to take a lot more risks because you understand what the reality is. Let's say, for example, if some experienced or a brilliant founder understands that, okay, this market can only yield me 80 crores of revenue in a year. The logical sense is to make sure that they venture into a next market or expand the market. But most of the time, the founders won't do that because they're afraid of gaining that clarity. Sometimes they call this, right, ignorance is bliss. Sometimes not knowing things is an advantage that you can play for.
See, because you mentioned it, I have had the same problems at multiple times. I don't know whether I can do this or that. There are always constraints. Okay. What is one thing a founder should do to make sure that they are on the right direction? They don't gain clarity, but they are in the right direction.
Have people who fight with you. Don't have suckups around you.
Or have people who fight with you.
don't have suckups around you.
Okay.
Whenever you have yes men around you or suckups around you, it destroys a company no matter the size.
But repeatedly being told to you that you
Hmm.
can do things is a great support system, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean that blindly believing or doing whatever it is, right? I know that being supportive or having good support system is enough. I think that support system has to come externally from your peer groups or a few other fellow founders or a few people, not from everyone around you. Let's say, for example, there's a company with 3 CXOs and 10 upper level management. If all 13, 14 of them are just sucking up to the CEO, no real progress will happen. Right? A few people will be supportive. So you can be supportive without sucking up.
Oh, you can be okay.
Right? A few people will be directly supportive. Most of the time they'll be like, okay, I'm a good manager, I can execute any brilliant idea, come to me with a brilliant idea. That is how few people are. Few people are like, I have brilliant ideas, please hear me out. Other peoples are like, none of the ideas will work, let's just keep the course. So there are a lot of buckets of people, and it is important to have people of all those kinds. And any great leader listens to people no matter their designation.
Oh, no matter the designation. Okay, okay.
Just because the fact that someone is on a lower level than you doesn't mean that they don't have insight, or they don't have insight.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the world keeps changing in ways that we cannot ever
Yeah.
imagine.
Hmm.
Um, so much of social media sites and stuff
Hmm.
where people share reality which a leader cannot always access to
Yeah.
until and otherwise you are connected to
Hmm.
those people who
Hmm.
might be at the last leaf node in your whole
Yes.
organization. Agree. Uh, okay, now is there a stupid decision that you have made in
Hmm.
the early days of your business or career
Hmm.
uh, that that gave you some of the biggest learnings?
So stupid good or stupid bad?
Both.
Both. Okay. I made a lot of decisions in me. I think most of my life I've just made decisions, and it has either been, I think it has been overall net positive.
Okay.
If I'm sitting here with you right now, I'm assuming it is net positive. So one of the biggest learnings was when I sold my first coffee company.
Okay.
So it was also good, it was also bad, and I did not know a lot of things when doing that. But profitably or on paper, that was one of the best businesses that I've ever built, because I did not know a lot of things.
Okay.
Right? And because we all do this mental masturbation, so once we understand a lot of things, we like sitting on documents, drafting plans, putting strategy, doing all these things instead of doing any real work. Right? So one of the stupidest good and bad decisions that I've made is selling the coffee company.
Okay.
uh, I sold it because I was afraid,
Mhm.
but I got good money out of it.
Okay.
So I think that was one of the pivotal moments of my career or my life.
Do you think if you would have waited, you would have made much more money?
Right now, yes, but at that point, no.
Is there any brilliant decisions that you made,
Hmm.
very good decisions
Hmm.
at that moment, which
Hmm.
sound stupid now?
Yes, selling the company was
Selling the company.
yeah.
Or
So
just
I mean, not just that. I think even a lot of directions that I've took, a lot of decisions that I made, and I started multiple different companies after that. I think most of the time, starting that company sounded like a good idea, because the market supported that. I had good conviction. I knew that I had the skill to take it forward. But once it starts to fail, once it's starts showing cracks, you will understand that was a bad decision, very bad decision. I think I have not had the luck of having good co-founders till now. Uh, I think I am the only person to blame for that. So there was like 4 or 5 different times when I've had co-founders, and every single time it almost failed. It is almost failed, and it has already destroyed all the relationships, except for one maybe. I think the only common factor there was me. So I think I was the reason why a lot of things failed. And looking back, I could have made a lot of things better. At that point of time, I had a lot of ego, massive chip on my shoulder, saying that, okay, I know what I'm doing. And that was kind of the feeling that I had. And at that point of time, even though all my co founders were good enough, I had this feeling saying that I'm the smartest one in the room. I was really an ass about it. But right now, I for a fact know that I am the dumbest one across my three co-founders. So we are totally three people. I know for a fact that I am the dumbest one, and I think that is one of the reasons why this company will move forward or do better than my previous ventures.
Can you share a little bit of context about say about us, your product?
Yeah. So Sayabut is basically a social proof platform where we help people collect testimonials from their clients or customers, and we let you display it beautifully on your website and also as a wall of love page. And if you are a marketer, if you're a founder, you know for a fact that collecting testimonials and showcasing them is one of the biggest ROI growth levers. So that is the product that we are building. So so we are three people as co-founders. So one is me, one more is Hari Kumaran, and one more is Hamid. So Hamid is the CTO, Hari is the CEO, and I am the CFO.
What is one reason you will tell someone to use your product?
One reason. Uh, we are a very philosophy driven company. So
Okay.
to an extent where we built this company so that we can talk philosophy and not the other way around. Right. So that is the extent we are doing this. And I think India has still a lot of potential, and India as a market has a lot of potential. So if you ask me one reason why anyone should use our product is that, I hate to say this, but we are the best. We are the most reasonably priced product on the market. I hate to say this out loud, but that is the true fact. And one more thing is that we are a company that is focused. We are one of the most customer-centric companies on the planet, because we know what happens when a company screws up customer support. So we won't do that.
Great.
Yeah.
Now want to come back to the co-founder conflicts that you
Yeah.
mentioned. The co-founder conflicts, Stupidpreneur, and then branding. You are actually a branding expert,
Yeah.
right? All three, do you think has a relationship?
I sincerely hope so.
Okay, can you
Yeah.
tie it together?
Uh, I think the most common factor across all my ventures is that I've always had the ability to build a brand. I've understood how people feel about a brand, and I've always understood how to shape that feeling. I think that is the common factor behind all these things, and the reason why all these people became my co-founders was because I understood branding. So, and then later point of time when I started Stupidpreneur, I think not everyone who works in branding has real life experience. One of the common bad names or the pushback that people have around branding people or brand strategists is that just because you studied MBA or have a degree in branding doesn't mean that you know branding, right? It goes like any other field. If you are someone who's working in branding, you should understand how business works. See, you're not in business of charity. You can just showcase one big event saying that this is just branding expense. Branding has to connect with ROI, right? And almost every single brand strategist on the planet will disagree with this. Most of them want to stay in this comfy chair saying that, okay, branding is not inherently related to ROI. Branding is just shaping a feeling. It is all philosophical. It is all so and so stuff. But any business or anyone in their right mind will not put money into branding if it doesn't mean ROI, because that is business. If you are putting in money somewhere, it should either yield returns, and that return should be trackable, right? If it is not doing that, then there is no point in building a brand. You can just have a sales team, you can just have a product, you can just make phone calls or send cold emails and keep scaling and keep making money. Then there is no point in building a brand. The whole point of building a brand is to make sure that whatever product you come up with, people will start buying from you, people will start believing in you, right? So I think all these three things inherently tie together. And when it came to Stupidpreneur, the whole idea was that I can teach the real life branding to people, because I built companies of my own. Because not everyone has my level of I wouldn't say level of experience, my kind of experience. I've actually built an e-commerce coffee brand. I built a wedding invites coffee brand. I've built an NFT company. I put up offline tea stalls. So I know branding in all levels. I know how to convince a customer in all levels, how to translate that feeling in all levels. So I've been the branding lead in one of the biggest edtech companies on the country. I think all this ties together to my experience saying that, okay, I worked with branding budgets or branding companies that are 400 crores, 500 crores valuation, and I've also worked with companies that are doing 20, 30 lakhs, right? So I know all levels. So if you come to me with the Fortune 500 company saying that, "Hey, can you help me with branding?" I'll probably say no, because I don't know how to do it. If you're willing to let me experiment, then okay. If you come to me for answers, then I don't have your answers. I think that is how all these things tie up together.
Okay, now I want to tie it back to the co-founder conflicts.
Yeah. Can you come back to me the question
Okay,
again?
branding,
Hmm.
co-founder conflict,
Hmm.
and then I think customer experience.
Yes.
Yeah, we said like there is some relationship, the
Yes.
journey is
Yes.
there, right? What is your learning that you are applying into branding or other areas from the co-founder conflicts?
So from my co-founder conflict, I have understood that I can be a pain in the ass. So try to be a less of a pain in the ass. So that is one thing that I've understood. And most of the time over the years, I think I've learned that it is okay to voice your opinion, but there is a way and method of doing it. It is okay to disagree with something. It is okay to fight for something, but there is always a right way to do so.
Oh, there is a right way to do
There
it.
is a
We
right way
need
to do
to
so.
disagree,
Yeah.
fight, but
Yeah,
there is a right way.
there is a right way to do so. You can insult the idea, you can criticize the idea, but you cannot criticize the person. So that is one basic example that I can give you.
Okay.
Right?
Then I have a question here.
Yeah.
See, even when you criticize an idea, you are in a meeting, criticize an idea, people can take offensive,
Yes.
can be offended.
Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned about Stupidpreneur as should have a strong foundation, a belief in themselves, and then the openness to update their reality, their perception based on the reality shared from elsewhere through people, friends, the
Whoever it
managers,
may
whoever
be.
it
Yeah.
is. Now, from your co-founder conflicts, whatever you had, I believe you have these two traits, which is belief in yourself, very strong belief in yourself, and you are also willing to update the reality
Yes.
from. Now, the co-founder conflicts happened. Did it happen because one of these two pillars did not work that time, or is there a different factor?
So I think there's a third pillar to all this.
Okay.
Basically, anyone who comes up with an idea should make sure that they detach themselves from the idea. You have to look at it from a very obvious or logical perspective.
Okay.
Got it? And whenever someone comes and talks to you about your idea, you have to make sure that you don't get offended by it. And the fact that they're only offending the idea or talking about the idea or criticizing the idea. I wouldn't say offending is the right word, criticizing the idea. Right? But the reason for my failure is that I did not know the difference between criticizing and offending. I think that was one of the reasons why it happened, and their ability to not detach themselves from the idea, and me not able to show them that okay, this is how you detach yourself from the idea, and me offending instead of criticizing was the reason for the downfall.
Okay. Great. Uh, then I will put the question little different. Despite having these traits, people can still grow bigger, right? They grow. What will they miss if they lack this particular ability?
I think most of these problems, this kind of problems, will show up when they start to scale.
Okay.
When there are 10-15 people, it is okay to do whatever you want and somehow manage or somehow float around. But you want to scale, if you don't have this fundamental philosophy or culture or how things or how conflicts are handled, I think you'll die. The company will die.
Or probably there are other leverages working that will favor you, but you will not
Yeah.
reach your full potential.
It will not reach your full potential. A company that can probably do 50 can be valued at $50 billion will probably be valued at $10 million.
When we are discussing this, I am able to remember Nokia, right?
Yes.
Nokia's chairman back then, I think Olli Pekka, I believe his name is Olli Pekka. He was consistently reminded by one of the board members, Risto Selsma, who later became CEO of Nokia, that Apple is doing something that we should be worried. But Olli Pekka, he comes from a hardware era where hardware was the only king.
Yeah.
And he could not update his reality because he has built that company from such a it's from early days to this stage. He has taken it. So for him, no, how can someone who is into computer manufacturing can enter our arena and then kill us? We are the king.
Yeah.
That belief took the market away from them,
Hmm.
and then the company was
Yeah, it's
dusted,
almost non-existent. Yeah.
non-existent.
Yeah.
They are only there in enterprise.
I think they're doing quite well for themselves in enterprise. Yeah.
Yes. But the consumer brand is the whole Nokia sound
Yes.
is gone.
Yeah.